And 5 liters of water.
What I'm curious about, yeah. I think it's fine.
Yeah. You remember we have to actually be able to check it also.
I think that's fine. And release. With the cork.
Yeah.
This should be in the way that it won't pop out.
Yeah.
So how do we handle it?
Or you can take a leg to the other hand, but probably that lead.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's fast. So you open that one, close to the valves. You have closed the valves? Or?
Not yet. Now they are closed.
And then we open
Tim,
up.
can you help out?
What do you need? First we open up this one, the blue one. Just mind your fingers. Just to clean the valve. Okay, you can close it again. And then we take the second one. Okay. Can you open it? Or is it too complicated?
No.
Okay, just take it.
And no touchy-feely inside any of these. Okay, got it. We can just use this one. Can we not?
Okay. Get it.
At least I think. If you
Yeah,
move the next to the table edge. So should we lift this
And I'm
first?
sure about that because only clear stuff comes out of this. I'm not sure of that there. But let's see.
Yeah, actually, I think so too. Put that in. Or? Because then we can put that on the table.
Does it fit?
I don't think so. But I think it's right.
Oh, let's try. No touchy. Doesn't
Not quite.
good. No.
So
Maybe it's just the same.
Well,
Should we ask just to be sure?
your
Yeah.
call.
I would.
Basically, we can try, and if it doesn't work, we can pour it back.
You're right about that. Let's
And-
see. Let's see how it goes.
We do.
A leap of faith.
Should we lift it just in case? It's supposed to lift it. To make sure it goes in. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Looks clear enough. Beautiful. I think we can put it down.
I think so, yes. Just want to be sure we don't miss anything. And the smell is beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's sometimes I'm in sauna and I have a little bit beer, I mix it with water and throw it on stoves. And it smells like baked bread.
Yeah.
It's a little bit same. I think this is going to take a while. Maybe you can stop it. So, should we take this to the leaf?
Remember, it's very important when doing this that you grunt.
Okay.
Do manly sounds because it's gonna be heavy. And wear your safety sandals because, I mean,
My safety what?
safety sandals. Because it's gonna be hot.
Okay. I'll actually want to take this off. It's in
Good
the way.
idea.
So, safety sandals.
That's me.
And, oh yeah, you need to twist it because there's like hooks. You can see, yeah, exactly. You can see the hooks there. Good. Just follow. Do you know where it is?
No?
Okay. Follow me, guys. Brilliant.
It would be time to the same song again, like.
Enthusiasm. Just do. Where we go?
We act before we think, yeah.
Good.
Okay, so we are fertilizing.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and you could just. It has a tendency to stick to the bucket, so but just put it down here, like there. You could just let it go. Do like a Disney princess.
So this off.
No. First this off. Right. I'll just over here, and then just pour it out there.
So there's nothing.
You
dropping
cannot
if
pull
I-
that one. You need to maneuver that one. Yeah, exactly. Just
Like that.
tip it. There you go.
Okay.
Ah.
The wasp.
And the middle part will come out if you do that too much. Exactly. There you go. And then there's a trick because now it's it's moist and hot. This is a perfect time to clean it.
To what? To clean it.
Because it's malleable now. If it dries out, then you need to dissolve the sugar again. So
Yeah. So
So Rasmus, quick status.
It's day 8 of the boot camp, I think. Everything's going fine.
no, it was. Let me see. It was now 11. So like 5 years ago. 5, 6 years ago.
Go! Ja, mega klar.
I went with like heads instead of bottles because that's also our thing. Yeah, brewing is basically a lot of swinging interfered with actually doing something.
I'll see what I find.
Ja, men jeg ved torsdag kommer også ud af vores skole. Ja, parasitic og investerer med cyklerne og sådan noget der, vi har. Så det er sådan,
How many grams?
are we talking? I think we should go for. Oh, perfect. I think we should go for like 80 grams on the
Total or
total material.
Vejle kommer med det shitty robots.
Smell that one.
Jeg tror, de laver det som et af de streamerne. Ja.
Now we're
Men
talking.
der kommer til at være nogen, der vil fra det spørgsmål.
Okay.
When you come to the time, 5 minutes before that time, you put this one into your vessel. It needs to heat up in order to be sanitized. It needs to be 100 degrees. You need to make sure that it is. So if there is, and there is bacteria on this one, it's going to be killed by the water and the steam. So it needs to be. Luckily, it's covered. It needs heat quite nicely. So it needs to be in 5 minutes before you do that, while it's still boiling. When you start to cool, you turn off everything, electricity about this one, have the water running, and you then dunk this up and down. It has two purposes actually. It of course makes sure that a lot of water is moving across the surface, which is your cooling surface. But as you get further on and the temperature drops, remember this, we talked about the viscosity, or we didn't, I blabbered about a lot of viscosity stuff. As the liquid cools, it'll start to foam because it gets thicker. That's a good thing because the yeast needs oxygen in order to multiply. As soon as it runs out of oxygen, it's no longer multiplying, but generating alcohol again. What we want is a very, very hard start where there's a lot of yeast basically fighting for the resources that the big bacteria that might be introduced also is fighting for. So when you're doing this, do it vigorously. And as far as you can, make sure your hands are outside the bucket, because whatever you have on your hands, on your nails, is going to end up in the beer. We don't want that, because when we have beer, then we have beer that tastes like Finnish guy, for example. I mean, and who wants that?
Are you sure you have tasted the right guy?
I don't want to. So yeah, that's basically, as far as you can, have your hands outside the bucket, and that's why we want to test this fairly soon, because we want to make sure that this is tight, because there has a tendency to drip, and if that gets into the beer, that's also a potential point of contamination. We're going with a profile that's called 25 minutes boil. You start the time, and then I would say at 10 minutes you put in the second to last hops, and then the last hops basically come. When you put this in, you put in the last hops. Let's put it like that, right? Then after a couple of minutes, when this is heated up, you start the water, and then you're off to the races. Exciting stuff, I know. Yes, people have been trying to write their. Is that some sort of do-it-yourself adventure stuff?
This is technical secrets. Production secrets.
Yes, exactly. Very some sort of U-boat in there as well. It's awesome. Oh, sorry. So yeah, that's basically it. About the fermentation, normally when you make light beers like this, you ferment at a significantly lower temperature, because that makes things more crisp. When we talk about crispness, when we talk about Pilsner, for example, that's fermented at a very low temperature, like 4 or 5 degrees, because the temperature at which the yeast works is basically generating more or less esters, which is a chemical compound, combination of alcohol and an acid, that makes things smell floral. If you have the complete opposite of what a Pilsner is, if you take a thing about like Triple Carmelit or some of the Belgian brewed beers, they have to just open the bottle and you can smell that there's a lot of other things going on, like floral stuff and stuff. That is fermented at basically 25 to almost 30 degrees for that stuff. We're going for something a little more toned down, but the temperature we're gonna, also because we want to ferment it fairly fast, the temperature we're going to ferment it is basically room temperature, plus the yeast has a tendency to raise the temperature a couple of degrees, because it's actually an exothermic process is what they're doing. So we're going to end up with a little more floral notes. It's not going to be as crisp as a Pilsner, but it suits the IPA quite nicely.
Ready, we are good.
Here we go.
So you actually, are you cheating? You know the language and all of that.
That's why I'm having her
We need to check that it's still outside. But
right now we're just boiling it.
Yeah.
oh right, that's right. Yes.
Du har den lidt sværere ved køkken, den har fået en vis termisk
Do you need help?
Ja. Ja, vi tænder ikke for det endnu. Vi skal bare have den kogt lidt her. You want me to help?
No, it's okay. You manage?
Yeah, I think. But in a couple of minutes I need someone.
Actually, guys, can you move? We're at a point where we're actually moving that 1 meter across the table will actually give us what we need.
Yeah, no problem.
Pull it up here. Go down, you need a bucket for the hops. Here's your bucket, sir. And you want to drain it slightly because all the goodness is coming out now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good beer. Look at the clarity of that one. Good stuff. Yes. That'll do. I'll take it from here, sir.
All right.
So,
It's plugged out. We're getting it
2
down.
minutes, done.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go.
And plug it in again.
You don't really need to.
Okay.
Priority here is cooling. So turn those. Those should be in the same. Would somebody please check the water? If water's coming out, can you feel it vibrate? Is there water coming through? Just up and down. More vigorous. Yeah, exactly. Gangnam Style.
I'm brewing the beer. Huh?
There's not a lot of flow coming through somehow.
It's really hot.
Okay.
Comes out there.
No, it's on.
You're making beer! Yes!
You're standing on the hose, you ape.
it wasn't all the way open.
Okay.
I opened it.
Okay.
Hopefully now it's better. I'll take it.
Okay, super.
Hvor var det også?
Det må vi jo bare så længe du sørger for, at... Plenty of times.
Oh.
The thermometer.
I think we will put the cheese in the fridge. Yeah. We love some French cheese.
What the temperature is like. That's a lot of water that's evaporated.
But it's still pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, it's halfway there.
Yeah. But it's diminishing returns, right? So going from 100 to 50 is not an issue. Going from 50 to 30.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's still warm, so.
Det herovre, min venstre, det er indgangen, ikke? Det er vildt, hvor meget den kommer over, for det varme op på den temperatur dernede.
Dum dum da.
I gotta step back before I drop something.
Yeah, we don't want a sweaty
Sweat there.
finish taste in our beer.
You have no idea how good it would taste.
And I'm not going to find out anyway, so. Hvor er vi henne?
It's gonna be 6.5%.
No light beer for us.
No light beer.
It was well pointed out.
We don't make light beer. We're like strong.
Okay, so
What number did you have?
65. Where did you from?
In Denmark. Yeah, right. Super. I'm from France, we know France. And Alex is from Serbia, Croatia.
Og vi har tjekket der
So, yeah, we get to it seems like we have
Det skulle det være. Det var der sidste.
Okay, see you then.
Det sidste jeg sagde. Okay. Up. Lid on. First one then. Yeast. Så vi skal lige have... Hæld lige en lille smule. Tag proppen af. Hæld kogende vand i, og så sæt proppen tilbage igen.
So water half away.
No. Yeah, stop for a second. Sorry. My bad. You didn't turn it off, you fucking idiots. Guys, think. You just put in a very, very efficient cooling device into something that we're trying to boil. You turn it off first. Okay, when you get the coil, you turn off the coil, right?
Oh, why is it cold?
Anyway.
The more you know.
Yeah.
We're just waiting up here. And learning. Waiting and learning.
There's only yeast to add.
Should I take the camera again?
I can do it because it's just adding yeast. I mean, one person can do it.
Ja. Og du mente kogende vand, sådan noget der, ikke også?
Yes, præcis. Specifikt US05. US05, det er en amerikansk type af gær. Yes. Bum. Bum låg. Og så er der en fordel, lige rotere den, så når vandlåsen sidder i den her side. Tut.
Ah, one down.
And then just wait 5 days?
No, it could have been 5 days, but now it's 6.5% because it boiled off like a quarter of the water because we've been fucking around for 2 hours. So yeah, it used to be a light beer, now it's...
But how long do you have to wait?
14 days.
14 days.
So it's not gonna be finished.
But it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Can we
It's gonna be
just?
interesting, that's for sure. And you completely drop it 60 degrees, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You also like 50-50
And you just add
We
the
don't
house,
know.
right?
We don't know.
I start to hate you.
either in but or in Iceland. So such mechanical fuel that would be okay to be in mobility, go there for a couple of months. Could be financially
Ja, det er godt.
so.
I've been scrubbing so much, I'm losing skin from my fingers.
No.